Unclassed, a skill-merging LitRPG by Silverdawn. The general premise is good: an orphan boy repeatedly pushed down by society and other orphans and adults around him to the point that he feels he has no choice but to take a path in life that others would consider terrible, and beyond the lowest that society considers you can go. The author does explain that this path is only allowed for the very wealthy, who can use it in some way to give themselves a boost. He then finds himself going into worse and worse situations, using only his conniving, his luck, and a God-given skill to get out of these situations and eventually thrive. I currently struggle that there are basically no good people in this world at all. No caring innkeeper, no loving granny at the orphanage, no kindly priest at the temple. No one is willing to do anything to help out anyone in this world at all. We have 2 examples of kindness in the story: a friend who gave him some advice and a hug, and a miner who stops him from being killed and uses his name. That's it. The most kind-hearted action we've seen outside is someone not trying to actively harm or exploit him at every turn. Whilst I get what the author is trying to go for in the dark, dragged-down feeling by using the setting, even naming the area Flea's End, and giving the main character names such as Rat and Stick, personally I think that adding some more silver linings would not go amiss and would make the story feel a bit more grounded. I am also not a fan of the pacing in this story. At the time of writing, we have 11 chapters, which is 208 pages. We have so far been in the orphanage, then wandered around town, then to the ceremony space, then a rundown guild, then a mining camp, then some tunnels, then a chamber with a special door, then an abandoned technologically advanced city. There has never been any time to sit with the scene and characters, explain some of the world and develop. The whole point of the story is that the character can use new skills to combine other skills to make them even better. There is also the disposing of skills for gain. None of this is tested at all. The author throws the character from situation to situation without ever letting the character sit and work things out. I understand this is meant to be a desperate MC in a desperate world thrown into desperate situations, sucking the time away, but the MC is meant to be smart and adaptable. He uses the skills well when he has them, and explores the situations, figuring out the nuances of items in the world around him to his advantage. Surely he would have bunkered down at some point to figure out the primary source of survival and growth. Finally, on the story, I feel the technological world at the end is a massive shift that I just don't like. I'm normally fine with this in Portal Fantasies, it's a nice little shift and treat. Ajax's Ascension has had this a couple of times. Azrinth Healer had this as a large plot twist at the end. It's a good trope, but it works when the world is more settled, when you have established that the world is fantasy and that this stuff just doesn't happen. Alternatively, there is the whole technological world that has ascended due to magic trope that also works. But again, you hint at that for a while and let the readers see it. This just feels like the author wanted to throw this in, or he needed a specific plot point that worked in a specific way for a setup he'd already written, and so he put this in to cover that off. Overall, I'd give this novel a 6 out of 10. I think it's got some good potential, but the author's just chosen not to explore that. Maybe in the future he will, maybe in the bits I haven't read up to he has done that, but so far they haven't, and I feel that has let the story down a bit. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my review in the comments. I'll be back with more reviews shortly.